Schatzis, look at my fairies. They are somehow a good example of what I want to say, that when you're longing for something very much, when you're thinking about something very much, that at the end, it will become a reality. And even though, they're not real fairies, they're children dressed up as fairies, but don't tell anyone. But somehow, I was very much interested in this surreal world, and then, the fairies, I invented, the project of making them, but in fact, I saw these fairies for the first time at a party in Ireland, where children came dressed up as fairies. And then when I saw that, I was like, wow, that could be wonderful for pictures. And later it became a book, actually 2 books. So, yeah, desires, thoughts are creative, like they will become reality, and in fact they are your reality all the time. It's joyful people, they meet with a lot of joyful events, and depressed people, their life is full of things to be depressed about. But what is first, the egg or the chicken? The egg or the chicken? So it's a riddle that you probably never can unravel, but maybe you can take the first step for yourself. Like you can maybe question yourself, like, okay, how do I want to create my life, and then more consciously create it the way you really want it. So what I want to talk about first is complaints. Like people who complain a lot, they have a lot to complain about. And that is because, the complaints are not just it's not just like, oh, I see a lot of things that I don't want, that I resist, but also the energy that comes with it is the energy with which you create your next step. So if you're a lot of in a complaining mode, then your life will be full of complaints. My neighbor the other day, I was there for a visit, like upstairs. He's a good man, and then he was talking about his moped, and he was making a list of all the things that happened to the machine, and it was impressive. Like there was really everything, the Murphy's Law, everything that could go wrong did go wrong. And then when he was finished, I said, yeah, that's quite something. But listen, the other day you told me a lot of complaints about your car, actually. And then the other week you told me a lot of complaints about your stuff on the attic. And then the other month, so he is full of complaints, and his life looks as such. Another funny example is that, like, he doesn't have a lot of time because he's very busy, so he buys stuff to save time. But when you buy stuff to save time, you're actually affirming the fact that you don't have time. So you can buy as much stuff to save time as you want. It won't lessen the time pressure, because you're constantly expressing to the universe, I don't have a lot of time, I don't have a lot of time. So then it will come back to you. That is the thing about complaining. My own complaint, my so I had a lot of complaints, of course, and probably I still have quite a few. One of the big ones was I never have a girl. I mean, I had girlfriends, but you know, when I wouldn't have a girlfriend, so it would be nice to have a one-night stand once in a while. And my big complaint was that I couldn't get them. You know, it just didn't happen. And so it was all too difficult. And this difficult situation is what I constantly met with in life. And that is because, you know, I was putting it out into the world. So another typical thing of how creative thoughts are is this pretty bizarre example of, like, I've been missing international trains all the time. I won't make it a long story, but believe me, like, it's been pretty awkward. And last year I missed it, going south to my beloved Balkan countries. And then I had to buy a new ticket, and I finally was in the train, and then the conductor told me, well, this is not the right ticket, you know, this is a ticket for the next day. So again, I was in this difficult situation, and in the morning, so it was a night train, in the morning I was leaving Stuttgart and the train even derailed. So somehow this difficult situation that I have with international trains materialized that dramatically that even the train derailed. Maybe I wasn't the only one in the train having this situation, and it was a perfect co-creation of us having this hard time with catching trains. Anyhow, so look in your own life, look at the lives of the people around you, and you will probably see a lot of these things. Okay, Schatzis, in the next video I will go a bit more into details of very subtle complaints that we have. Thank you for watching now. See you next time.